we actually showed this clip before, but I have the whole clip now. I have the context of this weird ass clip of him snitching on his children, whatever this clip is about.
Well, wait. Before he snitched on his children, he planted evidence on them and then snitched on them.
So the context of this video is actually crazier than that one slot of him finding drugs. How
are you guys surprised by this? He's a cop.
We weren't surprised. We were saying this shit the whole time. We were talking about this guy.
It was like, did somebody not tell you? I was like,
I felt like we were watching a train wreck in real time. That's what it felt like when he voted in. You know what I mean? It was like, what are you guys doing? Stop.
To think that this video might have gotten him elected. What does that say about
my house? I realize how important my crusade is.
Oh, he wasn't a vegan back then.
Illegal handguns. Hi, I'm New York State.
So this video is
Senator
crazy.
Eric Adams, and for 22 years, I wore a bulletproof vest and stood on the street corners and protected children and families in the city of New York. I'm asking you to join me in this crusade of removing illegal handguns.
I don't like that word, crusade.
Out of our homes. Please come and join me inside my house as I show you how simple items such as bamboo paper can be an indicator of marijuana use, or a cut up straw can be an indicator.
What the fuck else is your 12-year-old doing with rolling papers?
I will show you how to search a room.
Folding paper airplanes, miniature paper airplanes, okay?
From your home.
Drugs.
What I would like to show here is to empower parents on how to search a room.
I mean, if you have a kid that has all this stuff, you have bigger problems than hiding guns and crack. You have a bigger problem.
If you're making your kid live in a place with wood paneling
from the 70s,
it's
you got bigger problems.
That you should know what's inside your household, and no one can state that you can't search a room in your own home. What? You write the Constitution. There are no First Amendment.
Oh God, this is the most fascist shit I've ever heard.
No obligation.
Fascist shit right here.
Not only to
terrible
protect
dad.
the child that may be using.
Wait,
get them used to having no rights.
I just like to point out, I get very concerned when there's a cop on TV telling me that there are no First Amendment rights in my house.
Exactly. But people saw this video, James, and they still voted for him. They still voted him as mayor, saying you have no Constitution. He writes the Constitution. So, and they still voted him in. So,
of course they did.
An illegal gun, but you also have to protect the members of the household, their younger brothers and younger sisters, and the other elder members of the household. So, by periodically sending a message to your home that there are no rooms off limits.
Wait, pause. Did he just say that your oldest child is the lead suspect? Is that what he just said?
He also said once in a while you have to do a legal search and seizure in your house. And
what if it's the youngest one? What is it? What if it's the youngest one in the house?
No, I feel like he's going to shake down the youngest one to snitch on the older ones because the kids don't know yet.
I like that.
He's shaking down 7-year-old Bobby, going, come on. Where's he with the good stuff?
Gotta give me a name. Got to give me a name up the chain.
Which one of them is it?
I take your Nintendo Switch away.
Your house is open to inspection by your house and the members of your house. The message is you expect your children to do what's right, but you always have to inspect what you expect. And that's the key to providing some preventive.
You don't trust your children at all? You don't trust them in anything?
Like this. You can start out, I always recommend to start out in a periodic fashion so you'll be used to going through the room to look at the various items in the room. You can look in the jewelry box. A jewelry box of this nature, maybe a simple
go through your
box,
kid's stuff.
But if you look through it closely, you don't know what your child may be hiding. For instance, a gun could be hidden. A small caliber weapon.
Nigga, you put that in there.
A jewelry box. Look at the various colognes and perfumes, and pinches.
What fucking child like wearing
colognes? You should
colognes?
always, when your child bring in his popular knapsack with many different locations, look through it to see what exactly is your child carrying in addition to a book. Something simple as a crack pipe. A used crack pipe. You have found it on the street. That's quite possible.
Right in the front pocket too. Just slip it right there.
He seems to be taking the news that his 12-year-old is a crackhead rather well.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is simple about a crack pipe?
Like at this point, the search stops, and you ask Bobby to come downstairs for a second. Like, that's it. Search suspended. Like,
hey man, because I don't know, like that crack pipe is a gateway to getting the shit slapped out of you at the Oscars. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
He has a gun in the crack pipe. So that's what we found so far in Bobby's room so far.
But this is a discussion piece where you should start to find out what is he doing.
No, that's a crack piece.
And the whole use of drugs. This invokes conversation. Look at picture frames.
When you have parties over at your house. So I found a crack pipe in his backpack that I put in there.
Find bullets.
Bullets.
What does that mean to find
bullets? Is this taxi driver just have fucking loose bullets?
Okay. At this point,
what that means is the mob is coming for him. They left that shit on his pillow.
I have to question what kind of a father Adams is. This fucking kid's just running the street. He's got crack pipes. He's got live ammo. He's got freaking Glock. Like, kid's just kicking it. Like, what the fuck is Eric Adams doing? Yo, maybe spend some time with your kid. Maybe instead of searching his room, you should like have a conversation with him. Ask him how his day was. Jesus.
Well, we know how his day went. His parents was in his bedroom while he was at school planting evidence.
It doesn't mean your child is carrying a gun. No. Where there's smoke, there's possible fire. Where there's a bullet, there's possibly a gun.
You should
engage in the conversation and find out.
Now there's another gun.
Shotgun. Empowers the parent. Look at all the items inside the room and feel around and see what's the possibility. Something simple as a baby doll. Could be just a baby doll, but also it could be a place where you can secrete or hide drugs. Run your hands over.
So wait. So their body is naturally secreting drugs, right?
He's like El Chapo putting drugs and dogs.
If they don't take a shower in 3 days, you have marijuana that starts to grow out of their armpits.
And not just like an ounce, like a dime, like a whole ounce of weed. Like
8 balls. Yeah, 8 balls and up.
I'd also like to point out the guy who thinks that you secrete drugs searched everything in the room but the books. They were like kryptonite. He was like, no, not going over there. Like,
cops and books. That's the inside joke.
He just avoided the books.
Especially a black cop. Books.
It's like, no, I'm a cop. I don't need to read. I'm good.
Something bumpy. I will reach in, see what it is.
How many guns does kids have? Yo, son, this kid is packing, son.
Think that can't be hidden there, but it can. And what happens? Not only
I'm gonna wake up. Bah, bah, bah.
Yo, Eric Adams' kid's on a crime spree.
You know, this is what happens when you're too much of a hard ass. Your kids are gonna rebel.
Exactly. I see exactly if you're a cop.
I mean, think about all that evidence he found, and then look at his son's fucking basketball shoes and how tight them shits was pulled.
Yeah,
it's not a coincidence.
Right, but the kid's also got a doll in his room. Just throw whatever.
Yeah, with the weed that he just excreted.
He's kind of warped like the Joker or some shit like that. Like
when the person who is carrying this illegal gun is in possession of it, but also a child that comes into the room and plays on the bed, they find this gun. Let me tell you what a child would do.
He's going to put it in his mouth and pull the trigger because they don't want to be around you anymore.
Take the gun and point it in their direction.
What dumbass kid is going to do that, yo?
Eric Adams' kid, because they don't want to be here no more.
I'm sorry. I was about to say, nigga. This man's about to say your kid's going to point their gun at themselves and blow their own head open. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, we are talking about Eric Adams' house. They shoot themselves in the face and they tie their shoes mad tight.
This sounds like a cop story. This sounds like exactly what a cop would say. He shot himself in the face. That's what happened. That's what happened, Captain.
Oh, you're talking about the guy that committed suicide in the back of the police cruiser with his hands cuffed behind his back. He was fully searched.
There's been more than once.
He shot himself in the chest with his hands behind his back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
exactly what he's saying.
So many gun accidents take place
merely
because a child discovers a gun in the room and believes it's a toy and they play with the gun. Just look and see what's inside your bookcases. It can be more than just books. Perfect place to hide cocaine or other illegal substances inside the room.
They put the cocaine in the books.
You have an obligation to protect your home. The First Amendment does not apply to the right of parents to go through their homes to remove contraband or any other unsafe item. There are no First Amendment rights in your home.
Oh my God. You gotta say it again.
I like how we made it a free speech issue too. Like,
One of y'all have to send me that link because that's getting clipped. That's the end of that's getting clipped. There are no First Amendment rights in your home. Yeah, that shit's getting clipped. Someone send me that link.
Apparently, there are no Fourth Amendment rights or Fifth Amendment rights in that home either.
Search and seizure.
No Second Amendment rights either.
There's basically just no rights. That's what I'm getting.
He writes the Constitution with his.
And now he's now he is the mayor of the city, and the city is now his house, and there are no rights in Eric Adams' house.
Yo, could you believe somebody who is that bad of a parent, whose kid literally has fucking 2 guns, a crack pipe, and a huge bag of blow, and his dad
and a
became
bullet,
mayor?
and a random bullet that's on a bookshelf
that may or may not fit in either of the guns. Oh my Lord!
There's only one explanation that makes sense, right?
Obama did it.
He's planting evidence.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say there were 2 now, but okay.
Yeah, so
planting evidence.
That's the Eric Adams clip that we like to. We talked about it when I was going to elect it, and we had to bring it back, the whole clip, because I didn't have the beginning of him standing on a corner for 20 years with a bulletproof vest, like he's like Judge Dredd or some shit like that.
That shit looked like a old cotton pillow stuffing. That doesn't look like no fucking bulletproof vest.
I was like, that's what Mormons wear. It's not.
I stood in the corner for 20 years trying to convert people.
No, I stood on the corner stealing drugs so I could plant them in my house, all my kids.
I knew one day I would have kids, and then I could plant drugs. So I started ordering drugs early. So it was a long-term plan. I like it. Eric Adams, one step ahead of. Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah,
I just remembered what the rest of that expression was.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, there are no rights in his home. No rights for homeless people either, apparently.